Hi, Mark here. It is 8:42 a.m., April the 22nd, and US session well underway. US dollar carrying on and picking up from yesterday's rally. I've got support at 98.03. I've got resistance 98.31, and that resistance being tested right now. So now that the US session is underway, it looks like we so far continuation of dollar strength. We'll see whether buyers can reach yesterday's high at 98.40 and perhaps push even higher. EMAs have now crossed to the upside. If there's going to be a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar, sellers might look to bounce down off this resistance level and look back down at the 98 support. Let's have a look at the majors. Starting on the Euro US, what I did put in, interesting, is the recent downtrend from the high at 120 all the way down to the 114 support. Here is the fight back, and you'll see that where buyers got held up was at the third fib retracement level, the 61.8%, which measures 118.20. And as you can see, that's exactly where sellers stepped in. So once again, technicals giving us indication of potential future price movements. And sure enough, has come down since then. I've got a bearish engulfing candlestick. EMAs have crossed to the downside and looks to be following through today with strong US dollar. That's selling euro, buying US, red candlestick. I've got resistance at 117.64. I've got support at 117.21, which is being tested now that the US session is underway. Let's have a look at the pound against the US. Very similar pattern. And I did the same thing. I measured the fib retracement levels from the recent high. It's from February all the way down to the low. And here is the fight back. And once again, got held up exactly the same as the Euro-US pair at the third fib retracement level, the 61.8%, which measures 135.95, exactly where sellers did step in and buyers got held up. Also have the bearish engulfing and EMAs across to the downside, testing the support level going into the US session. That support is at 134.89. I've got resistance at 135.39. Let's have a look at the US yen. There you see still a little bit of a red candle, but certainly buyers looking to test this resistance level. EMAs just gently have crossed to the upside. I've got support at 159.08. I've got resistance at 159.39. That is the level that buyers will be testing, a continuation of US dollar strength and looking higher, looking up at that 160 level. If I do scroll out, pretty sideways as opposed to European currencies, but certainly US dollar is on the front foot again this morning and looking to raise the losses from earlier. And then let's look at the US Canadian. There you see small green candlestick looking to follow up from yesterday, hasn't quite reached yesterday's high of 136.76. Today's resistance 136.70, and that is what's being tested right now. Strong downtrend still in place. Canadians been very strong against the US, partly because of the oil being a commodity currency, and that has added to or contributed to the Canadian strength. But US buyers looking to bounce up off this support. Small bounce yesterday, continuing today. Still a long way to go, but at this point we've got support at 136.42 and I've got resistance at 136.70. Buyers will look to get up to the 137 level. Alternatively, a resumption of the downtrend, selling US, buying Canadian. Sellers will look for a bounce down off this resistance area and look back down at the 136.42. So we certainly are seeing attempted fight back by the US. We're seeing it on the index. European currencies not quite as strong on the yen and the Canadian pairs for now, but we'll see if US dollar strength continues through the day, if the relative resistance and support levels can get broken, or if we're going to get a resumption of US dollar weakness. We do have our levels to work with. Good trading. Keep that discipline, and I'll see you at the end of day.